didn't think it was real until it happened to me. 3 stories, all true, and none of them end the way you'd expect. I've never told anyone this story in full, because even now, I don't know what I actually experienced. A few years ago, I moved into a small upstairs apartment. It wasn't anything special, but it was cheap, quiet, and honestly, I just needed somewhere to start over. The first night felt normal. Too normal, actually. No noise from neighbors. No traffic outside. Just silence. The kind of silence that almost feels unnatural. At around 2:30 in the morning, I woke up suddenly. No reason. No sound. Just that feeling. Like something pulled me out of sleep. I checked my phone, 2:31 a.m., and then I heard it, slow and deliberate footsteps, coming from inside my apartment. I froze. I lived alone. At first, I told myself it had to be upstairs. Maybe someone walking above me. But then I remembered. I'm on the top floor. The footsteps stopped right outside my bedroom door. I didn't breathe. I didn't move. I just stared at the door, waiting for the handle to turn. But it didn't. Instead, there was a soft knock. 3 slow taps. I felt my chest tighten instantly. No one should have been there. And I didn't answer. I just stayed completely still, pretending I wasn't awake. A few seconds passed. Then, in a voice so quiet, I almost thought I imagined it. Someone said, "I know you're awake." My entire body went cold. It wasn't loud, and it wasn't aggressive. It was calm, certain, like whoever was on the other side of that door had been standing there, watching me. For a long time, I grabbed my phone slowly and opened my camera, flipping it to the front-facing lens so I could see the reflection of my door without turning my head. And that's when I saw it. The doorknob was slowly turning, not rattling, not shaking, just turning, like someone carefully trying not to make noise. I panicked. I jumped up, slammed my body against the door, and locked it. The knob stopped instantly. Silence, then footsteps again. Walking away, I stayed there for what felt like hours before I finally called the police. When they arrived, they searched the entire apartment. No signs of forced entry. No one inside. Windows locked. Doors secure. Nothing there. But before they left, one of the officers asked me something I'll never forget. He said, "Did the previous tenant mention anything to you?" I told him no, and he just nodded slowly, like that answered something for him. I didn't stay there long after that. But here's the part that still ruins my sleep. A few weeks later, I got a call from the landlord. He asked if I had been letting someone in at night. I told him absolutely not. And he said, "Well, someone's been reporting footsteps upstairs again. That apartment is still vacant, and apparently, the footsteps never stopped." This happened when I was working a late shift at a gas station just outside of town. It was one of those places that barely gets any customers after midnight. Just long stretches of nothing, broken up by the occasional car pulling in. That night, it was especially quiet. No cars, no movement, just the buzzing of the overhead lights and the hum of the refrigerators behind me. At around 1:45 a.m., a man walked in. I didn't hear the door chime, which was weird because it was loud and impossible to miss. But somehow he was just suddenly there, standing near the counter. I greeted him like normal. "Hey, how's it going?" He didn't respond. He just stood there, staring at me, not blinking, not moving, just staring. I felt uncomfortable immediately, but I tried to brush it off. "Can I help you find anything?" Still nothing. Then, after what felt like a full minute, he finally spoke. And what he said made no sense. He said, "You shouldn't be here tonight." I laughed nervously. Yeah, I say that every shift. But he didn't react. He just leaned a little closer to the counter and said, "They're already outside." I felt my stomach drop. I looked toward the windows, instinctively, but I didn't see anything unusual. Just darkness. When I looked back at him, he was still staring, but now his expression had changed. He looked scared, like genuinely terrified. "Turn off the lights," he whispered. I shook my head. "I can't do that." That's when he slammed his hand on the counter so hard, I flinched. "Turn them off." At that point, I didn't know what to think, but something in his voice made me listen. I reached behind me and shut off the main lights. The store went dark instantly, except for the faint glow from the refrigerators. And that's when I saw it. Outside the window, a silhouette standing just beyond the glass. Too still to be normal. Too close. Then another, and another. At least 3 figures, just standing there facing the store. Not moving, not coming in, just watching. I backed away slowly. My heart was pounding so loud I could hear it in my ears. "Do you see them now?" the man asked. I nodded. He exhaled shakily. "They only come when it's bright." That sentence didn't make sense, but I didn't question it. We stood there in silence for what felt like forever. Then, one by one, the silhouettes disappeared, not walking away, not fading into the distance, just gone, like they were never there. I turned the lights back on. The parking lot was empty, completely empty. I looked back at the man, but he was gone too. No door chime, no sound, just gone. The next morning, I checked the security footage, and my blood ran cold. The cameras showed me standing at the counter, talking to someone, turning off the lights, everything, but there was no one there. No man, no figures outside, just me, alone, talking to empty space. I used to think sleep paralysis was just a weird, harmless thing, something your brain does when it glitches between sleep and being awake. That was before this happened. It started like any other episode. I woke up in the middle of the night, unable to move. My body felt heavy, locked in place. I could only move my eyes. At first, I tried to stay calm. I'd experienced it before. I knew it would pass, but something felt different this time. The room felt occupied, like I wasn't alone. I slowly shifted my eyes toward the corner of my bedroom, and that's when I saw it. A figure standing in the darkness, tall and very still, facing directly toward me. I tried to scream, but nothing came out. I tried to move, but I couldn't. All I could do was stare as it began to move. Not walking, not stepping, just gliding, slowly closer to my bed. Every instinct in my body was screaming that this wasn't normal. This wasn't just a dream. It reached the side of my bed and stopped. and it leaned down slowly until its face was inches from mine. I couldn't see its features clearly, just darkness where a face should have been. And then it spoke, but its mouth didn't move. The voice was just in my head. "You're not asleep." That sentence broke something in me, because it was right. I wasn't dreaming. I was awake, and whatever this was, knew that. It stayed there for what felt like minutes, just hovering over me, watching and waiting. Then suddenly, I could move again. I sat up instantly, gasping for air. The room was empty, completely normal, but I didn't go back to sleep. I couldn't. The next night, I stayed awake as long as I could. Eventually, I passed out from exhaustion, and when I woke up, I was paralyzed again. Same position, same room, same feeling, and slowly, in the same corner, the figure appeared again. But this time, it didn't need to move closer, because it was already standing right next to my bed. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe to True Terra. I post new videos Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Pacific Time. And remember, some stories don't end when the video does. They just wait until the lights go out